Okay, and welcome back. This is I Am the Weed of God, affectionately called by some as God Weed, part of the Cosmonarchy community. And here we are to watch this is actually game 3, so I'll go into it in a moment. But here on the top left, we have Kenoli, his usual pumpkin Zerg. We have Kasuga under the name Feet Fighter. He is the Dark Green Protoss. Meanwhile, our double Zerg team is the Magma Hippity Hoppity. And on the bottom right, again, the Liver Zerg, who is I like to eat grass. So there was a game 2, and it was actually very exciting, and I was watching it live, and it really did look like Kenoli and Kasuga had grass and Hippity Hoppity's number. There was a lot of drop play, there was really aggression, the Drolith line was wiped, buildings were sniped. When I had to leave, and when I came back and found out that they had actually come back and won the game, took it to a game 3, I was so impressed. I decided I wanted to cast the series, and then I made the promise that I would cast the series. And of course, the game that made me want to cast the series was the game that nobody's replay worked. That's right, they all crashed at 15 minutes. It didn't make sense to me to cast 15 minutes of a game and move on, so yeah, Pronago, Priest Fix. Or Priest Fix, as Kasuga would say. So we're opening up with the double lattice play. Again, obviously Kasuga favors the lattice against Zerg, which I think is kind of the standard. 2v2's a little bit different than 1v1, obviously. And again, Kenoli went for a 6-pool. He's got a double Hatchros in the main. He's got 8 Zeths on the way. Hippity Hoppity's base. His pool is only half done. He went for a more economic build. This is looking dire. Meanwhile, Grass does have his pool up. He's probably got some Quasis morphing. And here we go. Yet again, Kenoli with another snipe. That's why we actually call him the ZVZ sniper in the community. He is a real sleeper hit, and you cannot ever count him out when it comes to a ZVZ. He's coming up. This is a nice play. He decides he doesn't want to mess with the drills. They're all decolliding right now and they can't defend. Unbelievable. He gets the pool and the regress drone as well. So this is a huge, huge start. And Grass, about 10 years later, shows up with his quads. Nice teamwork, Grass. Maybe next time you guys will get on the microphone so Grass can actually hear Hippity Hoppy's screams of terror as he's losing all of his infrastructure. But Hippity Hoppity won't hear anything because no one has ever heard Grass's voice. Many of us are convinced he is actually a computer. Not like a supercomputer, but, you know, maybe like a speak and spell. But so here we go. We've got Simulacrum pressure. So Grass is trying to defend his teammate with his Quasis as the Zeth come back in. Oh, and the referee is telling everybody what's happening in the game. That's how you know this is a fun tournament. And oh my goodness, I have to watch this. So many Drollists are going down. This is ridiculous. As you can see, it says null down here. I had to reset the game to make that fun short. So now, no spoilers. But I'm pretty sure the game almost ends right now. That seems quite obvious to me. And that's why I chose to cast it, because I made a promise and I didn't want to be here very long. So I chose a short series. Meanwhile, Kasuga Simulacrum are trying to get out, but Grass has enough units on the field. Currently, almost as many workers as Kasuga, but more than twice as much army, which is what you would expect. So he's actually the strongest of all the Zergs currently. He has a lot of production up. It looks like he's going to a 3rd production building. Well, I guess that would be a 4th. And he has the Vornath Pond already, so we're going to expect to see some Vorvs out of him. Meanwhile, Hippity Hoppity is starting over. And, oh, I pulled a Pronogo. Bad caster. Forgive me. I'm going to crack a drink for that. So, the game's looking pretty even. I think my prediction that it's about to end was maybe a little premature, because we have 2 Zergs that are basically reset. Thankfully, you heard it here first when the referee called that out. I was busy missing that. And we're seeing a very similar composition out of Kasuga. He already has an expansion up. This is huge. We've got idols on the ramp. There is no breaking that. Careful going down there. Meanwhile, Kasuga is building up a choke at his natural. He has idols. He's gone up to a grand library to add Amaranth. This is very nice. This is what you'd see in 1v1 quite often. And he's going up to the embassy, so he's going to be able to get out of observers. He's going to be able to get some drop play in. Meanwhile, Grass is just kind of moving around. He's poking, he's prodding. I like that. He's being very active. Playing at a very high APM right now. Maybe he is a supercomputer. He's also taking his expansion. And here comes the poke. And I think Grass is going to realize I need to turn around right now. He does. Hippity Hoppity is going for a Hydrant then. So he's abandoned the pool tech. He's decided he's going to try something different. He's mining off both of his gases. And right now he currently has 18 Drollus, no army, which is a different route than Kenoli took. Kenoli had some army remaining, of course, but he's been a lot slower to replenish his Drolls. So he's getting the Cesian up in the mineral line. I'm wondering if that's going to be a circuit, just a preemptive play. There's a lot of Zeths running around. It makes sense to have some static defense in your mineral line. Hydra then coming up from Grass, so both players are going to be capable of Hydra Tech, the Assault Strain. We have the Voronoth Pond still, and pardon me, Grass is making yet another poke. Doesn't seem like he's getting a whole lot done. This is impenetrable, but is he going to scout this? Doesn't look like he saw the Envoy, so there is an Envoy in play with a Cantavis. We're going to see Storm Drops, ladies and gentlemen. Kenoli making use of his triple production. He's more or less caught up to workers. He's actually surpassed Hippity. No tech path yet. Hippity is mutating, so he is looking for the Bactylus tech. Kenoli is maybe going to proc out and prod. Nice coordination from these players. I don't know if they were on voice comms either. I'm going to say basically no chance of that. And a beautiful storm. We've got 6 kills. 6 kills from one storm drop. Kenoli was very slow on the draw there, and he is pulling his entire army back. So Kasuga is doing what he does best, and he's just taxing the APM of the players. Meanwhile, we have both players sharing that third expansion. What do we have for army? Just some Izzies and some Hydras for now. Grass put up some defense for his teammate. That was a really nice move. Grass actually spots out that Envoy. So Grass has clocked it. He knows where. And the Nathracor there! Kasuga is asleep at the wheel, and he's going to lose his Cantavis. Boom. Meanwhile, Kenoli's about to find out that, yep, that's a brick wall, friend. So he's going to have to back up. Oh, both teams having the same idea. The stronger player is putting up some defense for the player that got a little bit behind. Kenoli has chosen a different tech path with the Zorka Shroud. And we have Kasuga is going up to 3 base. He's got a Unitary coming. He's got the Ardent, and he is moving out. So Protoss player looking incredibly strong right now. But is the synergy there? I'm not sure. We've got Kenoli kind of poking. We've got Kasuga dropping. It looks like they have chosen to combine their armies and perhaps work together and see if they can get something done. But they chose the ramp that they know is locked down with a bunch of... Oh! Both armies catch Hippity's Skithracor. That is so unfortunate, and now Kasuga has clocked them with a witness. So, yeah, not much going to get done here. That is very unfortunate. Hippity went for some fast Skithracor. He was hoping to get in here, and yep, Kenolo, the classic himself, already has the answer. He's got 2 sprays warped in. Kasuga not too fussed about adding any static defense in his mineral line right now. He's just trying to get that 3rd base up and running, and yeah, they can see this. As a matter of fact, Kenoli is coming to engage, and just in time, Hippity is pulling away. So we'll try to keep a second eye on that. Meanwhile, both Zergs are macroing up pretty nice armies. They've got decent supplies. Hydra then is also warping to its next stage of development, which will unleash Bactylus Tech, the Skiback's Scab. Jeez, I should have practiced my tongue twisters before I started this cast. And both teams are just roaming around. Grass is going up to 3 base, nice saturation, he's up to 76 Drolls. And here comes the Skiffs. About 10 years later, you know, I think Hippity's on El Salvadorian time, maybe taking a siesta, probably having a nice glass of whiskey if I know him. He's just hanging out. I'll salvage away and have CSs, right? I mean, he needs to. That's fine. I'm not going to second guess that. Meanwhile, that looks like it's about to get cleaned up. There's nowhere for that to go. Kasuga's army is posturing on the weaker half here, but there are several Lakes. If they don't get burrowed, there's no chafe in front of them. There is nothing they can do, and they are all going to... Oh, he's running them back. And can Grass get on top of them in time? He does, just by the hair of his chinny chin chin. He turns that Protoss army around. He wants to fight at the choke. There is a bunch of activists peppering fire, getting full bounces off right now. You do not want to stand and fight that. Protoss sitting on tier 2, but with 3 fully saturated bases, just wondering what's coming next for him. Meanwhile, Hippy is moving out across the map. It looks like he does have the superior army to Kenoli. I cannot tell them apart on the minimap. The battle is still going on here with Kasuga very cleverly taking the high ground. We'll see if Grass wants to contest that or does he want to hold. He has an absolutely massive Zerg army. Meanwhile, Hippity Hoppity is coming in for the run by. No, he's going to turn around. He doesn't know about the Cantavis, but he knows about the Wardens, so he's going to just settle. Looks like a bunch of roller dog. He's going to settle for the natural. Meanwhile, Kenoli is okay to let that go. Not saturated. Still playing footsie over here. You know, little hanky on the bottom right. So let's see. Yeah, he's going to back, and Grass is going to forward, and he is dominating the Protoss army right now. He's getting the speed boost. He's got the rents from the roll cores. And the Bactals, taking advantage of that speed boost, are just chopping everything down. Just like that, Kasuga's army has been cut literally in half. He's got Oscillions. They're named after octopi. I know that. He's got Oscillions out now. He's got the Atreus out. Trust me, folks, I do know the names of these units. He's got a Cantors coming, but where's the chaff? I mean, none of the lower 2 buildings are pumping. He does have 2 grand libraries going, but Grass has probably allowed these units to chase completely by accident. Oh, we have Mutas out of Hippity Hoppity. He's going to be able to snipe the real unit. He can snipe that at Cantor. It's going to start chopping units down. Only 2 kills, 4 kills. Okay, that was surprising. Goes to show the tankiness of the Hydra tech. Grass is chasing the Protoss. He can't even help because he is being hunted down right now by the Zerg on the other half of the map. And Hippity Hoppity is just trying to keep his Mutas alive. He wants to lean on his tech. He wants to lean on his Hippy. Very nice CBC tech. He chose not to get any Hydra. He spent all his gas on the Mutas, who are up. They're about to clean house in Kenoli's name, and it's looking like this game is just about to end. There is, wow, we've got Ultra Cores as well, ready to protect these Bacillus. This choke is now going to work against this Protoss as the Bacillus bounces just go crazy. Kenoli is desperately rallying the Quasi. He's trying to stay alive. He wants to peek in this game from his teammate. Maybe he can rely on the back of the OP Protoss, but it's not looking like he's going to survive as these last 2 encounters of Cantor is probably the only hope that he has of getting run down by the Ultra Core right now. And yep, we are about to see GG. Kenoli, with some Mutas of his own, looks like he has cleaned out the Mutas of Hippity Hoppity. No, they are still running around. They are actually making their way over to support the Zerg. So he's just left his chaff to wreak havoc in Kenoli's base. Kenoli's down to 36 workers. Meanwhile, nope. Kasuga, not happy with the game. Doesn't want it casted. Oh, Grass. They sent it to somebody far, far more mediocre than Chernobyl. I am the lead of God, and I am giving my cast voice. This is a lot like the voice I make when I order pizzas. Professional life. Me and Hip Hop winning tournament through the power of friendship and teamwork. Grass is feeling pretty confident. He's talking about having won. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he has. Kasuga agrees, apparently, and has left. And GG, now we're just waiting for Kenoli, who likes the cockroach, to leave the game. And I don't think that this is the time for it. It's going to let this game play out. The Iron Forge scored. They're chatting, and that's it. GG. So, well played to the tournament winners who won 2 out of 3 in a best of 3 series. We have Hippity Hoppity and I Like to Eat Grass. Congratulations for winning the 2v2 tournament. This is I Am the Weedy God signing off.